Welcome back to Mastering Rogue Legacy with Brian. And in the previous episode, we beat Johannes for the first time. And as a result, we have entered a new game plus, but we haven't actually gone into the castle yet, and we haven't even spent all of our money. We still have the Hokage that we used to beat things. It doesn't have anything particularly special. New game plus bonus creates a bounty increase by 50%, which is amazing. And so we're going to get even more money for all of our coins, I guess 20 rather than 15. 6 hit points per kill and 3 magic points per kill. And so I imagine a new game plus, like, did we get an extra one of each of those or something? Because just looking at my runes at the bottom left, I don't see where all those are coming from. In any case, we have Quantum Translocator as our spell, so we'll be able to do that. And I guess in terms of money, I don't think I unlocked any equipment last round. Let's take a quick peek. Doesn't appear to be the case. And so I suppose we're going to be spending money mostly on more upgrades to make it possible for us to stay alive. I'm just curious, 260 out of 290. I still have some weight capacity too. So if we do find some more blueprints, we'll actually be able to buy the equipment and be able to wear it. And so with my 16,000, I have to decide. Mana and magic damage are definitely things that I should improve at some point. However, I have a Hokage right now with Quantum Translocator as a spell, so that's not particularly useful. We could always do health, that's good for everybody. We could do some more armor, that's also good for everybody. And I'm thinking about doing some more Death Defy as well. Let's do 1 round of Death Defy this time around. Let's do 2 rounds of armor, and then we'll spend the rest on some health. That seems reasonable. I don't know. I'm kind of playing it fast and loose here with the money, as we are about to enter New Game Plus. So, yeah, let's just head right into the castle and see how this goes with this Hokage character. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this. The new controller is working out really well. In fact, I just tried playing Spelunky with it for the first time. And unlike my previous video game controller, this one actually knows how to pretend to be an Xbox controller, which is what Spelunky wants by default. And so as a result, okay, this will be interesting. Can I kill this guy in 1 hit? I can. Okay, great. How about you? You will take 2 hits, but only just barely. We have a Hokage with a lot of attack power. So that is going to definitely, yikes, be an asset as we get started here in New Game Plus, where all of the enemies are more difficult. We'll see kind of like the second tier of bad guys here in the castle rather than just the first tier. And yeah. So in any case, I was starting to say I was playing Spelunky, and it recognizes my controller automatically, which is great. And I had to do a little bit of key remapping stuff, but basically, the first time I actually went to play Spelunky, I managed to get to the mothership on my first attempt. And so that makes me feel good about the controller. Yeah, I mean, I also got lucky and like found a jetpack in a shop and different things like that, which also help in Spelunky. If you're not a Spelunky watcher, well, admittedly, I haven't posted many Spelunky episodes lately, or at least at the time that I'm recording this. Maybe I'll be back into recording Spelunky by the time this episode actually airs. But in any case, yeah, if you don't watch Spelunky, why not? It's a great game. You should totally watch it. And it shares a fair amount in common with this game. Oh, I'm a Hokage. I could have used my teleport ability in order to get through it. Let's actually practice that. Zing! Neat. Alright, so in addition to Quantum Translocator, that's the other way. Oops! There's a skeleton right there and I didn't see him. That is another way that I can take advantage of this character's mana capacity. Alright, these guard boxes should be pretty easy. I should be using Quantum Translocator each time I enter a room as well, since I'm not going to be using much other magic. Okay, that's not a very good room. The spikes on the floor. I really don't have a plan here. I'm just kind of wandering around and trying to get a feel for how easy or difficult New Game Plus is going to be. Fortunately, we have a character with tons of attack power. Despite that, it's still the case that even just here in the castle, a bunch of enemies are 2-hit kills. It's always nice when enemies in any location, but especially the castle, are single-hit kills. And so I think, oh boy, we will be spending some more money on attack up in the not-too-distant future. Alright, I would love to do that again. Yeah, because I can almost, with the Hokage, kill this guy in one hit. Like, he had like 90% of his life bar already drained. And let's see, zomboners rather than zombies in the castle. This painting is coming to life, and I almost could one-hit kill it. So yeah, a little bit more attack-up power will definitely be good, at least for the Hokage. I guess other characters are probably going to take 2, 3, and 4 hits to kill certain guys. But another way that we could get more strength... Alright, we happen to get armor up. If I had gotten strength out of that fairy chest, then I would have felt especially prescient right there. There's spikes down here. I did not mean to fall down here. Yikes. Okay, and there are guys, and oh boy, I'm gonna set down a shadow in case I need it to teleport to. I don't know how effective that actually was, but it was kind of fun, and it's not a move that I practice in mid-combat all that much. I'm about to die. Let's at least get this money before we die, and actually, darn it. Okay, things are going to be much more difficult. The main thing is that guys are hitting so much harder, and so my life is going down quick. So, we need to select a new character, and a miner will have very low stats, although I do love PAD. Hokage with EHS is a pretty good character. And an assassin. Let's stick with the Hokage so we can keep our attack power up. And also not have to change much in terms of Brian's brain capacity to operate the character. Okay, we don't even have enough money after that run to get a single attack up. So this is going to be rough. I think armor will help us a lot. And so that's the next thing I'm going to purchase because we were taking a ton of damage there. And for some reason, yeah, I have a Siphon Rune. And I don't know why I have a Siphon Rune equipped when I could have another Vampire Rune. So let's go ahead and fix that as well. Don't need mana for this character. Do need more vampirism. And yeah, apart from that, I don't think we have enough money to purchase anything else, right? Pretty sure everything's gotten pretty expensive at this point. So we will just give this another try. Oops. That's the one thing about this controller is it accidentally registers up sometimes when I'm just trying to press left and right. That's a minor inconvenience that I can live with. And we'll see if we can get through a few more rooms of the castle this time around. But I'm definitely going to have to kind of like reset my expectations because all of our previous characters were like clearing out the entire everything. And now we're back down to characters who, you know, will be lucky if they live to see a single fairy chest or something like that. Okay, I managed to one-hit a Doombus. So that's nice. We happen to find some slightly lower level Doombuses in here, or maybe it was a Doombus rather than a Doomtrit. I didn't even notice. EHS is the property that causes these platforms to be always open. I think we saw that pretty recently with a different character who also had that particular trait. Pyrites, yikes, you were bad, and you hit me for, wow, hit me for like 36 damage, I think, or something. Alright, so bad guys are bad. Fairly certain. Alright, I'm going to leave my shadow here that I saw a Zomboner. Here and here. Okay, great. Definitely going to take my time. Hey, Imperial Sword, right. More equipment will quickly become available to us here in New Game Plus, because there's a whole lot of new blueprints that'll be available in the castle and some other easy areas. And so that'll be one way that we can definitely live longer in the future, to take advantage of those. I'm going to try to make a habit, yes, of leaving my shadow behind so I can teleport back there at a moment's notice. Alright, you're dead. Spiky Ball conveniently died. We have a place to teleport back if we need to. Have more mana available if needed. I think I could do this. Oh, no. Didn't see the Doomtrit. And here comes a Pyrite. Alright, he's not a problem. One guy alone when I see him coming. Oh, boy! The EHS platform is actually kind of in my way right here. I guess I can stand here. Yeah, that'll work fine. Okay, I just wanted to wait for the Spiky Ball to go past so I wouldn't run into it. Let's try to take out the rest of the Plankies if possible. I can stand here, right? Yeah, not a problem. So let's see, in other recent for me YouTube news, but once again, this is going to be like a week ago to you guys. A week ago or more. I'm doing a good job getting ahead. This is good, because I would like to have daily videos during like the 3.5 weeks that I will be absent in August. Oh, hey, we found the boss room. And a dragon helm, very nice. The bosses... Everything else gets much harder. The bosses do not actually get all that much more difficult in New Game Plus, and so we might even try to take on a boss today. But we'll kind of wait and see on that. For right now, I would love to get some more money with this run, so that we can buy this equipment that we're unlocking. Okay, is this the entrance to the forest or the dungeon? This is the entrance of the dungeon. We're not going to go in there. Yeah, so in other current DeBrian YouTube news stuff, I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say. Fairy chests take no damage. As a Hokage, I could actually do this. I'm going to give this a try, because fairy chests are worth a lot. So darn it! I didn't realize standing on the bookshelf, the bottom one was going to get me. Darn. I was all prepared to use the teleport. The Hokage's special ability, the replacement technique. And it didn't work out for me. But what did work out for me... Sharon's Zobel. Yeah, I guess it's better than nothing. That's actually pretty good, yeah, because we can carry, like, potentially, oh boy, a couple $1,000s. Let's go ahead and get this before these guys kill me. Yikes. Alright, you're gonna dash. You guys are gonna circle around. You're dead, you're dead. Okay, this wasn't so bad. I had, like, 2 trains of thoughts there, and they collided, and now I'm left with nothing. Nothing but a pile of broken trains. So, I'm going to move in a different direction. I am going to realize there's still more enemies over here. That is Doomtrit, but I believe I'm one-hit killing them in this room. Yes, great. And I am getting 9 hit points back through vampirism for each kill. Oops, darn it. I really can't afford to take damage like that. Alright, we're just going to kind of poke around in the castle. Try to find some more easy enemies to kill. And I will pick up at least one of the Broken Trains of Thought, which is YouTube stuff. So, I've seen a cool game that I want to play when it becomes generally available. I believe it's called Crypt of the Necrodancer. I first saw Fedrin play it on her channel, and then I saw Alex Diener play it on his channel with a gamepad. It's kind of like this game, or Spelunky, but with... Oh man. This is even better for the Hokage, and this one's easier for me to time, I think. Zing! I'm gonna do it one more time. Zing! There we go. Very nice, very nice. Max weight load capacity, increase +5. Great. That will help us have the capability of carrying all of the armor that I want to unlock in the near future. Although we already did have some extra weight capacity. Do I want to try for something instead of Sharon Zobel? I think I will. Sharon Zobel isn't bad, but I bet you we could get something better. Kiter Zobel. Actually, if I could carry that out, I'd be happy with that, because then we won't have to worry about getting it anymore. I'm also extremely happy, A, that painting didn't wake up, and B, that we got another fairy chest and more hit points. Great. And now I can wake you up when I'm ready. So yeah, Crypt of the Necrodancer, it looks amazing. It's like a roguelike beat dance pad kind of game. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks amazing. And I want to play it, but it's not generally available yet. It's still just an alpha. But yes, if you haven't seen those videos, yeah. I've talked about Alex before here in Rogue Legacy. Fedrin, if you've watched Minecraft bingo videos and other stuff that I've done with her. These are people that you guys should know from my channel, and so you can always go watch them if you want to see what this game is like. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be really good. Okay, I'm actually still pretty alive here, and we'll take a shot in the forest. We might be able to find some more good stuff. Alright, so we have Gravazors rather than Earthzors here in the forest now. So once again, oops, just kind of another, upgraded tier of enemies. And yeah, Plankies instead of Plinkies as the default. Alright, and so the Gravazors, yeah, 1 or 2 at a time. Can't do that much to limit my movements. And since they're only 2 hits still, it won't be that bad. But yeah, and it also looks like that game that I was just mentioning, the Curse of the Necrodancer, if I've gotten the name correct, is going to have like a daily challenge mode like Spelunky, which will make it even more fun. Yeah, it's got kind of like a top-down grid view. I don't know. I shouldn't try to describe it too much. I should just let you guys like go see other people's videos of it. Okay, I'm pretty nervous about this room. I'm going to leave my shadow here. I think I can take this guy out. And maybe even, darn it. Oh, I was going to say gain back some hit points. And actually, as a result of getting the drop chicken leg, I think I did. Yeah, I'm back up to maximum hit points. Okay, that's great. We're going to go with our usual strategy of trying to take out projectile enemies first. So let's peel off this guy. Stand in a safe spot otherwise. Alright, we were able to one-hit kill the rage, which is pretty nice. Yeah, it wouldn't be bad to have an offensive magic spell, but at the same time, QTL is actually pretty nice, because if I accidentally fall into the bottom of this room and get myself into trouble, I can always teleport back to the doorway. Oh, crap, here's another blue. And he left some fire remnants here. So here's the other thing about New Game Plus that you may have already noticed. There are more enemies per room. So in addition to being harder enemies, there's also just more of them on the screen, which means more things to avoid, more projectiles, more guys jumping at you, etc., etc. But it also means possibilities for even greater gold gain as a result of killing enemies, so it's the usual kind of trade-offs. Things get harder, but promise more rewards. Okay, I accidentally hit the Hulk guard. I was actually trying... Oh, and there's a second flanky over to the right, too. I was trying to get over and do that. Great. Great. Let's go after that other planky, based once again on the premise that projectile enemies are the important ones to go after first. So, I have two other games that I've, like, played for just a couple of seconds each so far at the time that I'm recording this, and are games that I think I eventually will want to play on the channel. Both of them are things that I don't know that I'm going to necessarily start LPing right away right now. I'd prefer to wait on a couple of things for each of those. But it's at least possible that before I go away on vacation, there will be... Okay, let's leave my shadow back here at the entrance in case I get myself into trouble. It's possible that there will be some new... Okay, I think the second hit will kill you. Darn, I was hoping to kill him at a moment where one of the spiky balls at least would end up inside the wall. Didn't work out that way, but we can get a chest. So yeah, it's possible that there'll be a new game on the channel before I go away. I did also manage to record at least something in Minecraft this morning, which would have aired like a week ago already, so I don't know why I'm talking about that now. Yeah, oh, hey, Bodus. He'll probably drop some equipment. He'll be more difficult here in New Game Plus, but mostly just because he deals more damage. His patterns and everything are still going to be the same. And so if I do some decent dodging, which I believe I am capable of doing, and indeed I am, nice. Then we can actually turn a profit on Bodus, and sure enough, Holy Sword, awesome. So, we're getting a lot of great equipment. Hopefully we'll have enough money to buy it and wear it. Nice, and that little spiky ball just bounced into the wall and died. Okay, so I think with the Hokage with this much attack power, the forest is definitely a reasonable possibility. Oh boy! Yeah, you sit there and think about what you did. Okay, I'm generally not fond of this room layout. Definitely having EHS is a big help in this room, because these platforms stay open, the bloobs are killing themselves, which does mean that I'm probably going to lose most of the money drops. Ooh, neat! I was able to pick up the bag of gold without impaling myself on the spikes. That's pretty cool, actually. I was not aware that that was a possibility in terms of the game physics. Yeah. Okay, I think it's more safe for me to leave my shadow there, based on the pattern of that planky, rather than just at the entrance to the door. I guess I could stand here. He's gonna be dead in a moment anyway. Haha! Take that, Planky! This room's kind of unusual. I don't immediately recognize the layout. Alright, we have 6 directions to go. Let's just kind of take a peek in all of them. Okay, I hate the guys in that room. Reach me! In time! Can I do it? It's probably worth it to tank a little bit of damage to get the extra hit points. Stat increases are going to become increasingly important. Eventually, you won't be able to buy any more health up, for example, because there's only a certain number of levels that you can buy at the manor. And so getting stat increases, whether they be from fairy chests or from defeating mini-bosses or whatever, are going to be very important over time. If we want to, continue on to New Game Plus 2 and New Game Plus 3, if we manage to get all the way through the game again, which I would like to do. And so, yeah, I'm definitely going to go after fairy chests like that when I think I have any possibility. This is going to be a very difficult room, so let's not immediately go in there. This room isn't bad. Alright, skeleton's going to start throwing bones at me, so let's try to stay opposite the side that the skeleton is aiming. There's another skeleton up here, who has jumped up even higher and has thrown a bone. Okay. Zing, zing, Mr. Bones. You are dead, sir. Holtgard, you are dead, sir. I'm gonna hold on to Kaider Zobel rather than pray for assistance again, like I said. Once we go ahead and give it to Charon, we won't get that particular item anymore, which means I'll be able to get better items in the future. So we'll go ahead and plan to take it out. This one with the Hokage's move speed will be a little tough. Yeah, darn it. That was mostly just me failing. It wasn't so much the move speed as I just couldn't remember how many times I had to move over to the right once again in that particular room. Alright, there's a couple ways down, except for they go through that room. I'm gonna go... My hit points are still doing pretty good, but I still want to avoid that one room below that had all the guys who were like one tier above a chain tour, whose names I can't remember. Yeah, those guys. So instead, I'm going to go down here and take a peek down here into a room that we haven't seen before. And this room is somewhat fraught with peril. I forgot to put down my shadow at the beginning of the room, but I'm just going to put it down there in the middle in case I need to teleport out of another disaster. And hopefully it will turn out to be a better spot. But actually, after I kill a couple of guys here, a couple of guys who were up to no good, they started making trouble in my neighborhood. Oh boy! Hello, Bloob. Alright, but after killing a few guys, the room gets a whole lot more manageable, and the Bloob is actually a good enemy. Oh boy! Alright, let's kill the skeletons below, and we'll come back up and kill the... I guess it's Bloob. Bluebite. Yeah, he's a Bluebite, and then Bloobosaurus Rex is the red version of them. So yeah, these are actually good enemies from the point of view of you end up with lots of little enemies, and if each one is giving me 9 hit points back per kill, then that's a lot of health that I can recover for killing these guys. And so I think I'm going to get back to... I think there's no mana cost for teleporting back. I have 117 right now. Oops, I hit the wrong button. I have 112 right now. I want to teleport back to my shadow, but first let's get him to jump out of the way. 112. Yes, still 112. So you pay the mana penalty when you first leave your shadow on the ground, not when you teleport back to it. And so that's also just a useful thing to think about. Although when you have QTL... Hey, free fairy chest. When you have QTL as your spell, it's often the case that because it's such a cheap spell, you're almost never going to be running out of mana, and so you can kind of afford to leave your shadow at the beginning of every room. That looks like there's any dangers at all. Okay, there might be another piece of equipment here. Oops. Royal Helm. Very nice. Alright, so we are loaded up with all kinds of equipment, and so... It's too bad I didn't manage to get Helios's blessing from one of those early Pray for Assistance statues, but perhaps in a future run that will happen to us, which will help get even more gold. Is there anything at the top of this room? There's not. But at this point, I've gone through, I think, most of the rooms of the forest that I want to peek into. I guess there's a couple more that I haven't looked into down here yet that are reasonably... Oops! Darn it, I accidentally pressed up. Okay, so that's the first place where the controller accidentally presses up sometimes. Actually got me, and is a detriment. I'm now way up in the Maya, and so I think I'll head downwards. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to live up in here. Since I am here, I'm going to take a quick peek up. Oh, it's Barbatos and Amon. they actually don't get much more difficult, and since I have QTL, once again, I have a nice way that I can escape from them if they get me into trouble and get me too pinned down. And we have a lot of attack power. Yeah, and so now I'm gonna zoom. Oh, crap! It did the wrong button. I meant to teleport over here. And I should have put down my shadow again. So let me put down my shadow again with that button. Right. I'm just forgetting which button is which. Because they're both crazy awesome spells that you rarely use that kind of teleport you around. Did I kill both of them? No, here's this guy. Crap! Crap! Oh boy. He's gonna do a whole bunch of damage. How do I get back? This way. No! Okay. Quit using your superpowers on me, Barbados. Alright, I actually still have a bunch of hit points. I was worried that after he hit me once or twice, I was gonna be down to nothing. But yeah, that is definitely the mini-boss, Sage Helm. Oh, neat, you could still get the Sage gear, even in New Game Plus. That was the one piece of gear from the first 3 columns that I didn't have. Now I'm uncertain. I was thinking it was a cape at the bottom right, and the Sage Helm would be kind of like the top right. I don't remember now. Everything I just said might be a lie. But I think that was earlier tier gear, and so I think it's still available. That's what I'm trying to say. Fairy Chest, take no damage. We have EHS. This is an awesome trait, especially for this particular room, because all the platforms stay open. Strength increase +1. Oh, darn it. All right, I didn't remember the room layout, so I took unnecessary damage there. There's another random teleporter, which could actually bring us back. I'm going to take a peek to the right. Who is in this room? Does this room not have enemies? I always forget. I guess not. That room is a bad room. It didn't look bad, but trust me, it will be. Okay, here's a teleporter where we can teleport back into the castle and things, and so I feel like I'm safe here. I'm gonna go ahead and eat one of my chicken legs, because I've got a few of those in reserve, and we're gonna continue to peek around, but now if we get into trouble in the Maya, as a result of running into enemies who are just too hard or just hitting us for too many hit points, we can teleport back down into the castle, we can eat some more chicken legs that we still have in reserve, etc., etc. But yeah, I want this guy to last as long as possible so that we can collect as much gold as we can so that we can do amazing things. I'm gonna put my shadow down here. Yikes! Okay. Okay, still managed to dodge that. And now with you, yeah, not a problem. Okay, great. I'm going to put my shadow down here as well. Another thing that's good to do if you're going to advance forward into a room sometimes is to leave your shadow back at the exit, especially also if it's kind of like a one-way dead-end room, as just a way to kind of like save you some time. Is there nobody in here? Guess there's nobody in here. Nobody in here except us. Slayer bracers! Slayer gear. Very nice, very nice. Let's see. Is there anything else here? There's a chest at the right-hand side. Honestly, I think I'm very likely to take damage, yeah, in this room, so I was kind of thinking about not doing it, but then I was like, I can back off very easily back to the safety of the boss room with its teleporter and access to a whole bunch of healing items, so I was like, okay, let's go ahead and do this room. And yeah, it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, and having 9 points of vampirism per kill is definitely helping keep my hit points back up, assuming I can manage to kill a few guys in a row. So yeah, this is actually, after that first run with New Game Plus, okay, that's a bad room. It's a big room. I will probably die in there, and so let's see if we can, oop, accidentally pressed up again. Okay, I'm really, oh boy, now we're in the land of darkness. Okay, well, it just got interesting. We are very near the exit, however, so that's good. And I am near full health. Alright, so I definitely need to plan to jump over the random teleporters, or else figure out what I can do to recalibrate the controller so that I'm less likely to accidentally press up. So that doesn't happen again. But it's good that we're finding this out kind of early in the life of this new game controller. And yeah, after how much success I had in the Maya, I now definitely have more confidence going into the dungeon. Previously I saw it and immediately just turned around, and now I'm like, yeah, I could probably take on this place, somewhat. I'm gonna leave my shadow here in case I need to get away in a pinch. But I bet you there's something good here. Royal Bracers. Wow. We're getting so much equipment. We were kind of over-leveled coming into New Game Plus. Like, we were at, like, level 150 already or something. Oh, Healing Fountain on top of it all. Wow. This is really good. Okay, I came into the top of this room earlier. And the bottom... Okay, I just took some damage there. Yikes. The bottom of this room doesn't look as bad. Let's leave our shadow down here. Okay, and then I think, yeah, in general, talked about it before, most rooms are easier to enter from the bottom than from the top, because it's more often the case there's more enemies that you can attack more easily from below, such as this guy right here. And so, yeah, it's easier to move upwards than to move downwards through all these areas. Okay, I am going to go use the Healing Fountain, because I'm down like 100 hit points or something. Yeah, that'll recover 83. So that seems like a good deal to go ahead and use right now. My mana is never going to run out, given the spell that I'm wielding. To wield a spell? Wield feels like kind of the wrong word. Wield, I think of as more of in a very concrete, you've got the heft of a sword in your hand kind of sense, as opposed to holding in a more abstract sense. Oh wow, there's still 2 more guys there? Okay, let me leave my shadow here, which is something I should just get in the habit of doing in every room. Okay, there's the other guy. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Oh boy, there's a guy there too. How about you come over here, where I can hit you. Nice. And then you... Oh, boy. Okay. I want to knock you off the ledge. There we go. Great. Okay, he's almost dead. I'm still doing okay on hit points. And I can downstrike him and finish him off. And a chicken leg. Nice. Take no damage. I am a Hokage. I'm going to leave QTL over here so that I have a way to teleport back at the end after I succeed, which I'm going to do. Darn it. Alright, so we'll use QTL to get back to the entrance now that we failed. Oh, wow. I accidentally pressed up. We're just fighting the hardest boss. You know, no big deal. As I said earlier, the bosses don't scale nearly as well as the other things, and so there's actually a tiny chance that we'd be able to defeat this boss. And so I am going to take my time and see if I can manage to do something amazing here. But it's going to be very hard because these guys are going to hit very hard, and so I can only afford to make a very small number of mistakes. Without PAD, it's going to be very hard to walk around the ground at all. Alright, I need to finish off the Gravisaurs first. Basically should be part of my strategy here. They'll also give me some hit points back, through Vampirism. And I desperately need those hit points. Okay, where are the bloobs? They're over there. Okay. We're gonna focus on trying to kill the smallest one first, because the correct thing for me to do right now. And I actually have recently watched a couple people fight them. Oops, darn it. Alright, I'm not gonna be able to do this. A couple other useful strategies to know about. One is you can kind of oftentimes get them stuck over in a corner against the wall, and just kind of like repeatedly bang on these guys against the wall. I'm dead. But I won't be able to demonstrate that because I'm just not good enough. Alright, nevertheless, harder areas offer greater rewards. Yes, but not as hard as the hardest boss when you've just entered New Game Plus. Alright, we will probably go ahead and select another character, spend some money. We have a lot of good things to spend money on. Okay, an Archmage with ADHD will give me an opportunity, perhaps, to realize that I still don't have enough mana and I need to spend all my money on equipment this time around, so that might not be the best choice. Flexible Assassin, I don't have much critical chance, critical damage up, so that's going to be difficult. Spell Sword, Clumsy, and Alzheimer's. And Blade Wall I don't really love. I'm going to re-roll and hope with our 3 next children we get somebody better. An Archmage, a Barbarian King with ADHD is a pretty good character. And a Lich King, Gigantic. There's a lot of projectiles on the screen in New Game Plus, and with a gigantic hitbox that will be difficult to manage. But then again, Crowstorm is a great spell. I'm going to take one of these two. Let's try Crowstorm. Let's try a Lich. I'm afraid that I might die too quickly in the first few rooms. And as always, it's still the case that buying equipment is usually superior to buying power-ups. Imperial Sword does more damage. Holy Sword gives you more mana and extra siphon, but does a little bit less damage. I'm still going to have to melee a fair number of guys. And so I think just the more damage sword might be good. I have a lot of equipment I need to buy, and I'm not sure they'll be able to purchase it all. Okay, Sage Helm. Apparently I was missing two helmets from earlier in the game, so that was a older tier of gear. Dragon Helm. Wow, plus 20 health, plus 20 mana. That looks fantastic. Royal Helm, plus 35 health, plus 50 mana. That's even, like, I can't pass that up. I'm going to buy that and equip it right now. Didn't get anything there. Over here, Royal Limbs. Extra magic at the cost of armor. Slayer Limbs give crit stuff and magic at the cost of armor. Don't know that I want to buy them right now. So yeah, let's buy the sword. That also, yeah. And I have just enough weight to equip all of that stuff. So right now this guy is hitting for 112, which is not great. The crows are hitting for 65, which is also not great. So we need to continue improving attack up and magic damage up. And I'm going to need some more equip up for future equipments. Let's see, what's the right way to spend things right now? I expect we're going to be using Crowstorm a lot, and so I'm going to pour it all into magic damage up. Nine more of those, and we'll do a health up, I suppose. Actually, let's do an equip up, because we're eventually potentially going to need more gear. So we'll go ahead and start making some progress over there. And so we're still doing that much damage, but now the crows will do 85 damage. And so that'll probably put us in better shape for next time. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon as we continue to master a Rogue Legacy with Brian. Bye-bye.